I'm live with G Unit's team. What's up, G Unit? You guys excited? I love that you guys all mute yourself. It makes me so stoked. So listen, feel free to unmute yourself if you want to ask any questions. It's totally cool. We're going to do an intimate get-together gathering tonight. I officially invited you down to Club Kelly downstairs in my bar in my house. So you guys get to hang out with me. I hope you brought your drink. A little sippy sip makes life go well. It's 9 p.m. on the dot, so we're going to get started. You guys gave me a few questions. I'm going to get to every single question. I will answer any question. I'm here for you guys 110%. I really believe in giving back to the sisterhood and making sure that you guys get the best training from every single consultant that you can possibly touch and is tangible to you. So without any further ado, if you don't know who I am, my name is Kelly Ellis-Neal. I am the pink van lady. If you know who the pink lady, if you don't, that's okay. You are more than welcome to follow me on Facebook. It's Kelly Ellis-Neal. And ask me any questions after this. Private message me. That's fantastic. I'll get back to you pretty quickly. And if I don't get back to you within 24 hours, ask me again because you might have gotten in my feed, or I might have a sick little boy who is 8 years old or something. You never know. So my door is always open for any of you guys. So just type it in. Let me know what you need to know. We're going to get started with it. I've been doing Pure Romance officially since January 17th, 2014. So that's what, 2 years ago? A little over 2 years ago. Before that, I was with a previous company called Slumber Parties. I was a transfer in, and I was a woman-owned landscaper, CDL truck driver for 16 years, so I had a past life. I didn't go to college for this, but this is my plan F, and it worked out really well for me. I love what we do for a living. I'm super into educating, empowering, and entertaining women worldwide. I think that this subject that we speak upon every day is taboo and should be of public knowledge. I think we really can help heal and just really assure women that they're doing the right thing and that communication is key. So the best way of doing this business is communication. Whether you're in the bedroom or you're going to the bank account, you want to communicate with everybody, and you want to tell every single person that you guys know what you do for a living. And if you think they know what you do for a living, tell them again. Because if they haven't booked a party with you, then you really haven't told them what you're really all about. And a lot of people think it's like something super bad or naughty, naughty taboo. And we all know that we have stuff as mild as Mary Kay, no different. And our product line is stunningly beautiful. And you can show this anywhere in the world. So be proud, say it loud. This is what you do for a living, and it's fantastic. I'm going to answer a couple questions. I know the big question tonight is how to book parties. It's really hard to reel those people in and get them interested and hooked. I have to tell you, if you're brand new in the business, the first thing you got to do is you got to call. You have to pick up the phone. You got to call 100 people. Write that down. I did that. Data Bears told me to do it. She made a bet. It was a huge audience of people. She bet us like, I don't know, $20,000 that if we didn't get one party off the 100 people, that she would give us $20,000. So I was like, I'm going to take that woman's money. And I did that. I wrote down 100 people. Now, there's a little bit more to that. I want to make sure that when you write down 100 people, you actually then pick up the phone and you actually call them. It's not text 100 people. It is not email 100 people. It is pick up the phone and call 100 people. If you don't think you know 100 people, you're wrong. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're wrong. You know 100 people. You have to get out lists from back in the day. I don't care if you go through your Facebook and make a list of everybody you have on Facebook that's a female. I don't care if you go and get your old wedding list, your baby shower list. I don't care if you go to your sorority list. You know 100 people. And if you don't know 100 people's phone numbers, don't blast all over Facebook like, hey, I'm doing Pure Romance, because they might not pick up the phone. I'm just kidding. But in real life, you know, it's like if you're already blasting it out from the rooftop, you want to make sure that you make those 100 phone calls. It's imperative for your business. And if you have not done that yet, I don't care if you've been in 5 minutes or 15 years. If you've never sat down and make a list of 100 people, that is your goal. That is what you're going to do today. Okay? Now, The other thing that's super important, and I apologize, my battery is about to go down, so give me 1 second, hold on. You know, we should be like full of batteries in this business. You'd think we'd be like, you know, all charged up. This is the computer with my questions on it from you guys. Okay, so 100 people. Everybody's got it? On the list, get one of those yellow ruled, if you're in Excel, if you're like good at technology, get the Excel out, whatever you want to do. You're going to write a column of all the people's names. You're going to write a column of all of their phone numbers, and then you're going to write a column for their answer, whether they said yes or no, or maybe, and what the reason was. And that's the part that I think so many people end up missing out because you don't do the full follow through. You call them, you ask them, but then you don't like write down why. What was it? Do they not have time? Maybe they're super busy. Maybe they're moving. And sometimes no just means not right now, and you want to make sure you write that down. So that's super important to know why. Why are they saying no to you? And then if you get 20 in a row no's, I want you to rethink how you're asking them. Personally, I'm going to give you how I did it. I know a lot of people say like, how did you do your first party? How did you get this? So this is how I did it. I invited them. I don't care if they lived in Nebraska and I live in Maryland. I invited them to a party at my house. I picked up the phone and invited them to a party. If they couldn't go to the party, my next step would be, would you be interested in holding your own party? You could do an online party, you could do a book party, you could do whatever you want, especially if it's like your second cousin you haven't seen in 10 years, but she lives far away. Just ask her. And then if she's like, no, I'm not really interested, well, would you be interested in doing what I do for a living? And she would say, well, tell me a little bit more about it. What is it you're doing? And then you can get into a further conversation. So I normally call somebody to invite them to my home or to a party. No different than if you have children, you invite them to, you know, Johnny's 6-year-old birthday party. Make it that relaxed. Don't make it salesy. Don't make it crazy. These are your friends. These are your people. If they're on your list, they know you. And it's really important to make it a reason why you're calling them. Otherwise, you'll fumble on your words. And just be very confident that you're inviting them to a party. And if they can't go to the party, what's the next step? And that's up to you. That's up to you. You decide what the next step is. Are you going to take them? Let's have a party with you. Would you like to order something? You know, I mean, you can take it any way you would like. Would you like to place an order that's going to count towards the party? So that's my suggestion. Whether you've been in 5 minutes or 15 years, the list of 100 people. We're good on that? Okay. Now, my first party I ever did was a pop the box party. Okay, and I was the basic kit girl. Okay, I didn't get any big deluxe kit. I recommend the deluxe kit now because I wish I'd known what I know now. Basic kit, went to a girl's house. Friend of mine had 3 people show up. 3 people showed up, sat at their kitchen table. And I'm gonna give you a little background about my background in real life. I had never seen anything, any love enhancement or anything. I was 31 years old. I had a 1-year-old at home and I'd been married for 4 years to Billy Neal. Okay, so when I got this kit, it was like, you know, the first time after I went to a party. It was my first party ever. And I got it 3 days later. I didn't know how to put batteries in. I didn't know what anything tasted like. I had no idea how to fill out an order form. I was it was like, they told me, bring a box in front of some ladies and open it. I didn't have batteries for them. The girl had to get batteries out of her drawer. Okay, I just was not prepared. I didn't even know what I was doing. This is before party school. This is before anything. This is just me, just like I'm going to someone's house. Well, the funny thing was the hostess, quote unquote, my friend that I pretty much bribed to come there, her 2 coworkers knew what everything was. They had been to like 8 million bazillion parties. And so they put all the batteries in, they helped me. They actually were pretty much selling themselves the items. They went through the catalog, you know, page by page, like, oh, we haven't seen this yet. This is great. Oh my gosh, I haven't been to a party in like 3 months. Oh, this is new. And so I kind of just caught on like, oh, these women want this. And I was laughing, I was joking. I think they even filled out their own order forms because I just was like, put your credit card information in. When I get home, I'll figure out how to order it. Like that's how naive I was. I didn't know really what was going on. A woman walked in that was a friend of my younger sister's at this party. I like stories, guys. Sorry, I'm a storyteller, but she came in and she knew what one of the bombs were, one of the arousal bombs were, and she ended up selling it to all the girls. And then she came in and was like, oh, you gotta have this and this, you haven't had this. I ended up having like a $428 party with 3 women because some chick came in out of the blue and these women knew how to put batteries in. I mean, it was literally that crazy. It was not planned. I didn't bring cue cards. I didn't know what I was talking about. I just took a risk. I brought a box like they told me to. I opened it and I made some money. I was like, well, if I can do that just by opening a box, what can I do next? I didn't book one party because honestly, I think I was the worst consultant out of the 2 million consultants they've seen. I was like the worst. And I'm sure they didn't want to book, they didn't even have a pity party for me. You know what I mean? They got their stuff. I got it to them in like 7-10 business days. And then I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I didn't book a party. You know, how am I going to get this next party? Where's it going to come from? The sky? The moon? I'm like, I guess I got to ask somebody. So I went through, not the list of 100 people, that happened later on because I was very, very, very part-time in the beginning. So part-time that, you know, it was kind of just like for fun to get out of the house because I was a landscaper and I worked with 48 men and I had a son and a husband. I just wanted to be around women, get out of the house a little bit. So, one of my husband's friends' wives, they were having a big party. Men were there too, okay? And, you know, we don't do couples parties, and I know that. So I ended up going to the liquor store and getting a 36-pack of Miller Lite, and I bribed the woman's husband and all the men to leave and go to someone's barn somewhere, go build a fire and drink this beer so that I can be around these women without any men. That was how I had my second party. And that party, I bought the frequent flyer, and I never opened it or anything. And one of the girls there was like, oh my God, I've had 10 of these parties. Like, I'll put it up for you. And we had so much fun. We laughed so hard. I think we peed ourselves. We were like laughing. It was fun. $1,800. $1,800. I had no clue what I was doing, but I knew it was going to be fun and I knew I could do it. And the one girl helped me, and that girl right now was number 1 on my team last year, number 1 recruiter on my team. I ended up recruiting her, but not for many, many like moons later. It wasn't right away, but she helped me out a lot. And it's funny to look back. She's one of my dearest friends now. Stephanie Stevens, shout out to Stephanie Stevens. So, and she helps me all the time, but she kind of made me realize that we're just having fun. You know, like, you know, we're not getting married. We're not buying a house. Like, we're just having a good time. And everybody's laughing. I'm like, this is not as bad as I thought. So many years later, I recruited about 8 women that stuck with me over the years. When I came into, and that was during my slumber parties phase. And when I say stuck with me, it was like luck of the draw. One was my sister, one was my best friend, one was my best friend's hairdresser, one was my mom at one point. It was like, I had Michelle Miller, who I went and did a party, and she's like, hey, can I do this? And I'm like, do what? And she like signed up. So like I had a couple of those where it was like people just wanted to do it. I have 8 women that have originally been with me for the long haul. When we came over to Pure Romance, I was singing a different tune. I had an accident in 2010. I couldn't walk for 18 months. I lost my landscape business. It was my right leg, my right foot. I couldn't drive like I could before. I had to pay somebody to drive me somewhere. And I literally was robbing Peter to pay Paul, because when I was a landscaper, I had a lucrative business. I was a woman-owned landscaper. I was, you know, minority for the state of Maryland. I was rocking and rolling, but it just took my livelihood away. And like a blink of an eye, I don't know if anybody's ever had that happen, where something just happens and your whole world like throws upside down. So with that said, you know, I boo-hooed. I was like, oh, poor me, my life's ruined. Like, I did it. I did it just like everybody else. You know, I sat in my bed, oh my God, for months, you guys. Like, I just like, I know if you know me, like, that's not how I am, but that's how I was. And I was sad, and I thought my world was over. And I truly was like, poor me. And then one day I woke up, slapped myself and said, get over it. Because everybody has stuff that happens in their life, you know, and you're no different than anybody else, Kelly. People have accidents all the time. People lose their business all the time. People go to foreclosure. People get bankrupt, and they still move on, right? You have a choice, you know, either sit there and be sad or move on and like make it work. So literally, I'm just telling you guys this. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this, but I was looking out my bedroom window. My foot was propped up. I was, looking out the window, and I didn't have, my curtains were open. And this deer, it was like a buck, like a deer, I live on top of a mountain. I'm on 15 acres, okay? We have deer. And it was staring at me in the window, and I was like, oh my God, it's a sign. And I got up that day, and it was early in the morning. My husband left at like 5:30 in the morning, and my son hadn't woken up yet. And I got up, and I was like, today's the day. Like, I'm just going to change the world. I literally woke up like that. That's how it happened. And I had a really strong talk with my husband during that week of what I wanted to do. And I really was trying to do everything, guys. I went and got my phlebotomy license. I was a CDL truck driver. Like, I had 19 different things going 19 million directions, and I was miserable. I was hurting. I was working myself to death. I mean, I tried to do everything except for the obvious, what was right in front of my face. And what was right in front of my face was this awesome opportunity, which I call now Plan F, because Plan F worked out really well for me. You know what I mean? So when I figured out that this is really what I wanted to do, it took a moment. My husband wasn't completely 100% behind me. We actually had just had a previous conversation about my taxes that I had to give up the Plan F. I had to give it up and just go do something else. This is just not working. And I said to my husband, Billy, I said, I cried. I was like, I'm telling you, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, it's my calling. I don't know why it's my calling, but I love it. I love the women. I love meeting people, and I love talking about it. I love making it, okay. I love going out in the world and, telling everybody about it, because I think there's a big missing link that nobody knows about, and I want to tell them about it. So Bill was like, yeah, whatever, because, that's what they say. Like, they want to see the money, okay? Money talks, and everything else walks. So I said, listen, our taxes were coming up, and I knew I was going to have to take a loss of some sort. And that was like, I want to say it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. I've told this story a couple times. That Friday was the day Pure Romance bought the company that I was with. And I knew it was a sign from God. And I'm just going to say this to you guys, because I don't know if you've ever got that moment and then you just push through it and you're like, oh, that's not really a moment. It's a moment. When stuff like that, when one door closes, another one opens, that is your sign to put all your eggs in one basket and jump in with both feet and just take off. And that's what I did. I went full throttle from that point on. And that first year in business, I did over $127,000. And I always like to put this out. My first 8 weeks of officially being with Pure Romance, I did $44,000 in 8 weeks. And then it took me 12 weeks to figure out that I was going to build a van. And then it took me 12 weeks to figure out how to build the van and do the van. And I got into my first year and I was rocking and rolling. Now, I was recruiting, but I didn't know how to recruit. And I'm going to teach you how to do that too. But what I know is that I went from 0 parties to 14 parties in less than 4 days. And you guys want to know how to book parties? I'm going to teach you how to book parties. If you're a previous consultant and you've had one party, 1 to 100, I don't care how many parties, 1,000 parties you've had, you need to go get your old calendars. And you need to start back at your oldest party. And I saw this on a question like, oh my gosh, I was MIA for like 3 years. I didn't talk to my hostess. Guess what? We're all real life people. You're going to pick up the phone and say, hey, hottie hostess that I haven't talked in 3 years. It's Kelly Ellis-Neal. Do you want to do a party? I'm sorry I flaked on you 3 years ago. I'm taking my business seriously. I'd love to get you a free gift of $100. Do you think we can work it out? Let's get you on my schedule. I'm sure by now, after 3 years, you need a Gucci refill. And you just be honest. And that's what I did. I think like 3 out of the 14 parties were somewhere a past hostess. Like I said, I did it very like part-time. So to find a past hostess that was in my area was kind of tough, but I think I had 3 out of the 14. The other 11 came from me picking up the phone and calling as many people as I knew, the 100 people. And also, I had one referral, and this is key, because I put on my Facebook, like, hey, like, I'm back in the business. I started kind of posting, like, I'm at this Pure Romance meeting, I'm at this Pure, and I was never public on Facebook, ever, during any of this time. Like, nothing was public. If you were my friend, you saw stuff. If you weren't, you didn't see anything. My Facebook is now completely public. Opinions don't pay my bills. Enthusiasm does. People can see every bit of my life. This is my real life. This is who I am. I am damn proud of it, and I'm proud to share it with everybody. So always rethink about, and I know people are like worried about, like, you know, what's your grandma think? What does your mom think? What does your pastor think? What does the kids at school think? Well, I drive a pink van to school every day, and I'm proud of my pink van because it supports my family, my livelihood, and I believe in what I do. And I go to church in that pink van, and my mom drives that pink van, and I bring my grandma stuff in that pink van, and you know what? It's my life, and it's who I am. And you know what? There's two kinds of people in the world, and there is. People that want to see you fail and people that want to see you succeed. They're both going to watch you. And when you succeed, the people that want to see you fail will join you, and they'll become part of your team. Because in this type of business, you have to prove longevity. You have to show progress. You never can give up. You never can quit, because if you do, then everybody's going to say, oh, see, I knew she couldn't do it anyway. And then you've literally given in to everything you've been trying to fight. So don't ever give in. Don't ever stop. I always say, can't stop the hustle. Like, you can't. Just keep going. It's super lucrative. If I had quit years ago before Pure Romance took over, where would I be? Like, what would I be doing? I think about it all the time. I just stayed in. I stayed active. I went to trainings for fun. I went to hang out with my girlfriends. I love meetings because it got me out of the house, got me away from my son and my husband and my alternative life that, you know, that I wasn't really in love with. And it got me out there. So just like, don't ever quit. You know what I mean? And the 14 parties, the one, remember I said it came to me. It's called attraction marketing. I didn't even know what that meant until pretty much this year when they gave me the definition on a slide when we were at the Do Life Different training. But attraction marketing is when you put out there what you're doing without it being what you're doing. So, you know, you're out with your friends and family and you're having a great time, and someone's going to say, I want to have a great time too. Or you're in the middle of the day getting a massage. Well, I'm at work right now and she's getting a massage. Like, what is she doing that I'm not doing? So that's attraction marketing. And I highly recommend you really look into that, find the definition, and do it. Because the one party that booked off of just my kind of posts and stuff on Facebook was actually a referral. Okay? They didn't know who I was. So the referral was my friend on Facebook. I went to an Arbonne party. I don't know if you guys know what Arbonne is. And that Arbonne consultant back in the day had a party with me, probably 2 years prior. And she saw that I was back in the business. She just so happened to be at an Arbonne party the week before where somebody said, so-and-so is moving out of town and we want to do one of those parties for her going away party. So she messaged the other girl, and the other girl, who is not my friend, private messaged me and said, hey, I heard you do this party and you're kind of fun. Can you come down? And I was like, sure. When I Google mapped her, she lived 3.2 miles away from my house. This lady. Had no idea who I was and what I did. I went and did a party for her, and I booked 7 parties off of her. I actually did the math, because I call that a root party. It's like the root party to your like money tree. You know, you got like this big tree full of money. Well, you got to start somewhere. You got to have that little root, okay, that starts the seedling. I know, here I go, landscaper on you now. That little seedling, and then this party pops up, and this party pops off, and then these two pop off this party, and then it becomes your money tree. And then you have like this awesome money tree. So that was a major root party for me where I got 7 parties off that party. And I didn't care if I partied at everybody's house every night of the week, because I was on a mission to pay off $117,000 in debt, which I did in 19 months because of Pure Romance. So I was on a mission. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wasn't going to stop for anything. And I just took every party. I don't care if the party was $54 or $2,000. I took every party I could. I didn't prejudge anybody. I booked parties off of parties. And that first month was 14 parties. The second month was 15 parties. And then I realized I was probably going to go crazy doing that many parties. So I stopped doing that many parties. And I said, okay, how many parties do I need to pay my bills and then pay off this loan? What do I got to do? So I broke it down in money, And that's what I did. I figured out if I tried to, 10 parties would be like perfect, but I knew that I had to probably book 15 parties for 10 parties to stick. So I always overbooked and expected people to, flake out on me, because that's life. It happens to everybody. Like, nobody's perfect. And I consistently try to do 10 parties the rest of the year. Look, no one's perfect. Like I said, there was one month I had 6 parties, but at the end of the day, I was just consistently trying to do parties. Now, how do you get parties off of parties? You buy one of these. Do you see what that is? Can you see it? It's called a microphone, okay? It's a microphone. Microphones, hi! Microphones are like the key to my success, because I really wasn't that funny, and microphones made me funny, man, because sound effects are free. The second you put anything that is like moving or shaking up to a microphone is like jackhammer, right? Like, it's funny. So if you're not funny, get a microphone. If you want to make more money, get a microphone. If you want them to remember you, get a microphone. If you don't want to yell over a rowdy crowd, get a microphone. This is my answer to everything, because they'll remember you, because you took your party serious. Okay? It's $26 on Amazon. Sometimes you can find it for $19. It's like the pileaudio.com 50-watt portable waistband. Also has a clip or waistband, whatever you want to do. I wear a belt at my show and I clip it on there. I put it through my shirt. I make myself look totally professional, whatever. But I kind of look like, would you like to supersize that? But whatever, it's funny. So you're going to wear this, okay? And if your name is Brittany, you're really lucky, because you can always use the line, I'm Brittany bitch, which is, I think, is like, I'm jealous of Brittany's out there in the world, okay? But I still use it anyway because it's funny. And they'll remember you because you have a microphone. Your party that you're doing is the audition for every other party you're ever going to get. So my first party was horrific, and I didn't do a good audition. I didn't know that I needed to do it. I couldn't book off that party. But my second party was fun. Now, I wasn't super knowledgeable. I didn't know really, I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but we had fun. And the reason women book parties with you is because they just want to have fun. Because sometimes life sucks. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just want to go out and have fun. Like, I always say it's like going to, adult Girl Scout camp or whatever. Like, you just want to have fun. Like, you want to hang out with your girlfriends. You don't want somebody, running around after you. Like, you just want to have fun with your girlfriends. So it's nice to just have fun. If you first start out, you're like, Kelly, I'm really not a fun person. Get a microphone. You'll become fun. I'm telling you. Because the microphone is funny. And don't be afraid to use it. Like, use the microphone. And when somebody's really, really rowdy and you're, in the middle of a party and you just can't do it, I literally take the strongest whatever I can find and I put up the microphone, and until everybody is dead silent, that's how I get my crowd control. And they're like, oh, what is she doing? So just get the microphone. You're auditioning. And if you don't do a good audition, you're not going to book parties off parties. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying when you first start, 7 parties. It took me 7 parties. I'll never forget. I call it the lucky 7. Took 7 parties to actually get someone to say, I want to have a party with you, Kelly. Instead of me being like, please have a party with me. You know what I mean? It was literally me begging them, please, just let me get, let me get one more under my belt. Let me get one more under my belt. And, looking back now, I laugh so hard because I still have to ask people to party. It's part of my 3 questions. Parties are the blood of your business. Inventory is the 401k of your business. You're investing in your business. You want to have that. You've got to have that instant gratification. Also, if you carry that inventory, I highly recommend carrying that inventory because it's why people come back to you. You may not be funny, you might not be fun, but you got them what they wanted the night of your party, and they didn't have to wait, and they love that about you. I've had several hostess say, Kelly, it doesn't matter what your party is, the fact that everybody comes and gets what they get, it's wonderful. You can literally sit there and have dinner with us. As long as we get to go home at the end of the night with our stuff, that's great. And I believe that because I've had a lot of hostess say, I've had previous consultants and I never got my stuff that night. It took 3 to 4 weeks. Ladies, all we have in this business is our reputation. you know? And if you are a flake on follow-up, because I'm a flake on follow-up, that's why I carry inventory. I want to make sure that I take care of my clients and my hostesses, because I don't want to be a flake. I want to be right there, instant gratification for them. They get everything they need that night. You know, I want them to remember Kelly Ellis-Neal, you know, like I want them to know they can come to me 24 hours a day and they get their stuff. So know that if you want people to book parties from you, carry inventory. If you're brand new, get the inventory credit advantage program. The inventory advantage program is awesome. I wish they had that when we started, because it's like worth its weight in gold. Get it, because it's worth it. And I'm not a huge pusher on it, but I'm kind of a pusher on it. I'm a bigger pusher on lubricant, just being honest. It's true. I'm like, you gotta buy it. Also, at your parties, let me see. I'm gonna look at some of your questions. I already got that. Perfect. Oh, how do you get ladies to join your team? You ask them. You ask every single person. You're doing a huge disservice for your family and for your bank account by not asking people. And I don't care if you say you ask everybody. I don't believe you. You need to ask everybody. Everybody within a 3-foot radius of your arms, you should ask. And if you didn't ask somebody, you should feel bad that you didn't ask somebody, okay? Because at the end of the day, oh, can we mute that? I'm sorry, it's Taryn Gutierrez. Is there any way you can mute that, babe?
Sorry.
Hey! Shout out to Taryn Gutierrez. What's up? So, if you are not asking everybody, like, you gotta ask everybody. The worst thing they say is no. If you don't ask them, the answer's always gonna be no. Like, whatever. Like, it's not gonna hurt your feelings. Don't take that stuff personally. Just know that now they know what you do, and if they do ever need you in their life, they know where to go to come to you. If you didn't tell them, you're selfish. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I really feel like if somebody hadn't shared this with me, I wouldn't be where I am today. If someone hadn't shared it with you, like, does somebody deserve it more than you deserve it? Like, no. Like, everybody deserves an opportunity. It's just an opportunity. What you do with it is like your own. If someone's like, I don't know if I can do it, try it. The worst thing you have is some awesome product. You get to hang out with some cool chicks. You can come to our meeting, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not like we're like sitting here, you know, telling you have to come to everything. You don't, but if you do, I guarantee it's going to change your life. I guarantee you're going to have a good time, and that's up to you as the sponsor to lead them that direction. When somebody, like they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, that's it. You give them 12 days of your life, and if they don't go past that with you, it's okay. Let it go. They're going to need you one day when it's like 2 years, 10 months, and 13 hours from now, and they're going to come back to you, and they know where to come, because you're still going to be doing the business. You're going to still be doing attraction marketing. People are going to know you're in business, and they're going to come back to you when they need you. And that's your job. Your job is to be steadfast and there all the time. You need to make a relationship with people. If you are not good at, you know, turnkeying, doing on the spot, you better be keeping up with people. You better put them into that money train like Leanne does and all that stuff. You better get them in there, because that's just reoccurring. It's like that funnel that Dana talks about. All the people go in this funnel and one comes out. All the people go in the funnel, one comes out. You have to keep them constantly moving around you, okay? And it's like you're like the sun and everybody else is orbiting around you. You have to make sure that you're the steadfast nucleus. You're the one that's showing the sunshine, and that's what you are. You're a positive ball of sunshine. I don't care how bad your day is. I know that Stacy, I'm so blessed to have Stacy in my life. Stacy just lost her mother. And I don't care how bad her day is that day. She is there is excuses do not pay her bills. And she is going to take the time she deserves, and she's going to be able to do it because she has flexible freedom in her business, but she's also not going to let anybody down. She knows what she's all about. She knows what she's doing, and she's solid on it. And I think that's super, I don't know the word, but I respect that so much. I'm so impressed with that. And to see her moving and shaking, and tonight she's leading a meeting somewhere when she could be curled up in a ball. I mean, who would be curled up in a ball right now? I'd be curled up in a ball. She's pushing, it's just amazing to me how strong the women are that surround us. And you really got to think about it. And I say it all the time. Someone has it worse today than you guys do. Someone has it worse today than I do. Stacy has it worse today than I do. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to have a really awesome day. I'm going to make everybody have a great day. And that's what our job is. We are in the people business. We are not in the public, like in the product business. We're in the people business, you know? And it's about, and I remember Chris always says this, Chris Chickadelli, European Collar CEO, he says, you need to master the basics. I did not master the basics in the first year. I didn't master the basics in the second year. And I sure as hell have not mastered the basics to this day. I have a lot of work. I will never stop staying a student. I'm trying to master the basics. I'm trying to learn it every day. I'm adding a little bit. My first year, I figured out how to make some money. Okay? My second year, I figured out a system to help me recruit because I knew recruiting was going to help me. I knew recruiting would be the money that while I'm sleeping, somebody else is making, you know, that residual income. I knew I needed that on top because I knew I could party. I knew I could make some money, but I didn't want that quick income. I wanted the longevity of it, and I knew recruiting was important, and I believe in recruiting. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but I was number one in recruiting for pyramids globally this year. Woo-hoo. I'm going to shout out because you know why? I don't care if I was number one. I cared that I paid off my bills and my family has a house and I didn't go to foreclosure and I didn't go bankrupt. And I knew the only way to do it was literally ask every woman that came in front of me and see if their answer was yes or no. That was it. And at the end of the day, I got an awesome reward for it, but I did it for my family. That's why I did it. And it wasn't like I was like, I know the amount of numbers I need to hit things. I didn't know that. I just looked straight ahead, nothing on the sides, and I was like full tilt. I did not stop until I paid off my debt. There was nothing to do. And then when I paid off my debt, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now? Okay, let's save some money. God forbid we go save some money. So I was like, let's save, what do we do next? And then it was almost like, what do you do next? Because I thought I was never going to be out of that debt, you know? But I'm slowly learning to master the basics. And I want you guys to master basics too. I think it's really important. So book, sell, sponsor, repeat. Book, sell, sponsor, repeat. Book, sell, sponsor, repeat. I know how to book a party, and if I'm not booking parties, then I'll figure out another way. Like if it's not working out, people have their ups and downs. I have my ups and downs all the time. This month I had, I think it was 12 parties. Next month I have 4 on my books right now. I got to figure out how to book some parties, you guys, like ASAPola, right? So got to book parties, okay? We got to learn how to sell the products. We got to sponsor people, and then you got to repeat it and do it all over again. It's not just one thing. It's all of 4, and then you got to do it over again. It's a never-ending cycle, and it's an important thing that you realize that you never reach exactly where you want to be because you always have to replenish it. You replenish it. It's like if you're trying to grow a plant, you got to water it, you got to feed it, you got to love it, you got to nurture it, you got to do a little fertilizer. You know, get some Miracle Grow, get some Bloom All, whatever you got to do. You got to feed it, always feeding it, and it's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. But then, guess what? One day you got to repot it. Because the root system's too big. So then you repot it, and now you're starting right back where you were in the first place, right? This small thing in this big pot, and you're going to feed it, and you're going to grow it. It's a never-ending cycle. It's super important that you understand that. Make sure you constantly are feeding your business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, obviously we have flexibility. Obviously I'm leaving like in a week to go to the Keys for 4 days for Mother's Day. But there's Kelly Ellis-Neal, like Pure Romance by Kelly Ellis-Neal, never is closed for business. We have websites for that. We have SynShare. You're never closed for business. If someone needs you, you got it. There's always a love emergency to be had out there in the world. Okay? So you're always open. You can take a day off. Just make sure you're prepped for it. Prepare for it. And how many people out there work 12 days a month and make $150,000 a year? Who? Raise your hand. I cannot wait to meet you. Like, this is what we can do. It's like there's no glass ceiling. You can do as much as you want or as little as you want. You need to pay a $118 electric bill or else your electric's going to cut off. You can go do a party. You need to go buy a house and you need to save $20,000. Go do 10 parties a month. Go recruit 10 people. Super important. Whatever you want, you can do it. And I know everybody's like, oh my God, that just seems so overwhelming. I can't even book a party, Kelly. Well, have you really tried to book a party? Ask yourself. Have you tried, or are you already giving up? Have you even started? I feel like I'm just starting. I still feel like that. I wake up every day saying, all right, let's do this again. What can we do? You know, it's never perfect. You're never given anything. Everything is hard work. Everything is earned. Nothing comes for free. You have to spend money to make money. You can't just pretend like it's something that it's got to be tangible. You have to be able to run yourself, your business. It is you. That is all you have in this business, your reputation. That's it. So make sure it's a good one. Make sure you fulfill your orders. Make sure you talk to everybody. Make sure you go out in public with a smile. Because a lot of people don't smile, and they'll just book a party because you smiled at them. I had a hostess come up to me, and she was like, oh my gosh, you were so nice and so funny. I'm going to book a party with you. I don't even want to book a party. I'm going to book a party with you. Because like you seem so nice, and nobody's ever nice anymore. So little things get you really far. Do not live out of desperation. Do not party out of desperation. Do not sell out of desperation. And do not sponsor out of desperation. Because the second you are desperate and you are kind of portraying that onto someone else, they're going to walk away from you. I don't care if you don't have 2 pennies to rub together. Don't be desperate. It will come. It will come, I promise. And when you give forward, it will come back tenfold to you. So sometimes you got to go a little over and above, and it will come back to you. Just keep on trucking, okay? Because you had no pennies to rub together before Puromance, and now you got Puromance. Now you got to work a little bit, and you'll have those pennies. But when you first start, like, just try not to work out of desperation. It makes you so anxious, and then it gets in your head, and it's this like monster that's like telling you like, you can't do this. You know, like 20 other people are probably like, you can't do this, but you can do it. You can't stop. You got to try every day and get up. Everybody gets up exactly the same. 1 foot in their pants at a time. I don't care who you are. We all wake up exactly the same, and we all end the same, in the dirt, okay? So no one's better than anybody else. Don't judge anybody, and just live your life to the fullest, and make sure you bless everybody else's life every day, no matter who you touch, see. Make sure you are walking with purpose and know what you want to do. Okay, I'm done preaching. I'm done preaching. Ellis-Neal just went to church, okay? But that's really it. That's it. That's the secret. And if you aren't doing those things, then try it. Wake up tomorrow and try it. Like, what do you got to lose, right? Like, what do you got to lose? So, booking parties outside of parties, ask the lady at Chick-fil-A next to you. Like, I ask everybody. People know it. I've videotaped it. Like I said, if you're not asking everybody, you haven't tried. Ask everybody. Everybody at your kid's school, every PTA, go. I started going to the gym. I love you, gym. I love the women at my gym. I love them. I haven't even had to reach out to them yet to book a party with me because I'm currently booking parties. But you don't think that I don't love my gym people, and one day I'm going to ask them, would you like to book a party when I need one? Because I've made a relationship, because I love them. They're my gym people. You know, I got a Zumba, and I love it. And because I went out of my comfort zone, okay, I'm 244 pounds. You know, I was like, I'm not going to a gym. Like, I'm not. I'm going to get like some DVD and do it in my house. Well, that does not help me. That doesn't get me to the next level. That doesn't get me out of my comfort zone. You've got to do something every day that scares the living crap out of you, or else you're really not living, okay? So if going to the gym scares you, go to the gym, you know? Go take a boating class. I don't know, do something different, something that scares you. Go meet somebody. Go do something. Because if you're sitting at home behind a computer, it won't get you anywhere. Like I said, we're in the people business, not the product business. They want to see this. They want to feel your compassion. They want to know what's up. Okay, so make sure that you're getting out behind that computer, because that's not gonna help you. But I'm telling you, the attraction marketing works. But you got to be out there doing what you're saying. Lead by example, and they'll come with you. Let's see. Okay, getting parties started on time. Buy a microphone. Because don't turn your microphone on until you're ready to get the party started. And now everybody's gonna be like, does she have a microphone? Like, what is she doing? I don't care if there's like 2 people in front of me. The other day I felt bad because I was in the kitchen. I was like, I'm not gonna put my microphone on. And 2 of the girls at our receiving party, one had it. And I mean, I would have been echoing and I would have done it, but I was also doing a live feed at the same time. And I was like, I didn't want to echo on a live feed. But normally, I'm not kidding, you got 2, 3 people in front of me, I'm gonna use that microphone. That microphone's awesome. Like, it controls a crowd. You can start a thing and you just blast through it, you know? Control that crowd. The microphone gives you a little bit of self-confidence if you're not confident. You know, it just makes you look like you're the presenter. And sometimes when you walk in the room, people don't know if you're the consultant. You know what I mean? Like, I know you have like a name badge and stuff, but sometimes you're like over in the corner and you turn that on and it kind of, like, I faked it till I made it, right? Like, that's what I recommend everybody. Like, I literally was like, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna be Heather Pillow. Like, that's what I said to myself. I was like so naive. I was 31. My idea of lingerie was like my husband's wife beater and like some Gap underwear, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I had to fake it till I made it. I did not know what I was doing. And I just, like, once I got into the business and I started seeing these really successful women, I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm them, because if they can do it, I can do it. And I know people now say Kelly, like, I feel like I say, what would Kelly do? She would ask somebody. So, like, I'm glad that that's going out into the universe because people did that for me. And I'm so grateful for it because I faked the confidence until I understood the confidence. And then I realized it's not about confidence, it's about believing in yourself and believing what you're going to do and, like, living your life to the fullest and embracing everything and making everybody come along for the ride, because nobody wants to go on a roller coaster by themselves. I was at the amusement park the other day with my son and I did not buy that freaking unlimited wristband. I bought like 2 rides. I'm like, okay, I'll go on this like roller coaster thing like once, right? But the second time I went on, he was like, Mom, I don't want to go by myself. Oh my God, it was like, nobody wants to go. I don't know why I would even think that. So, you know, I marched my hiney right back in there and I bought the freaking whatever $38 thing and I'm going to go on every roller coaster with them because nobody wants to go on a ride by themselves. Everybody wants to look over at that person screaming at the top of the lungs, losing their mind, or your hands up. Everybody wants to enjoy life together, right? So the more people you have on your roller coaster, the more people you have on your success train, the better it's going to be for you, the better it's going to be from them, and it's going to be awesome. And everybody should come along for the ride. Everybody should go pay the $220 unlimited ride kit. Everybody should pay that and come along for the ride and see if it's worth it. Everybody. And if it wasn't worth it and it didn't work out for them, it was still a darn good ride for the 60 days they were with us. Right? Or right? Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to open this up to questions from you guys, one at a time. Unmute and let me know if there's any questions that I didn't answer tonight. I'd love to answer it for you guys.
Okay, everyone at World Conference, the way you put it with the questions, the 3 questions in the ordering room?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Absolutely. I do it every day. It's in my ordering room every day. Do you want to know it? Okay, would you write it down? Would you like to book a party, yes or no? Would you like to do what I do? You can say for a living if you want, but would you like to do what I do, yes or no? If I could get you $250 in product, excuse me, let me say that again. If I could get you $500 in products for $250 in products, that's $250 free, would you be interested, yes or no? And that depends on the kit sale and everything that's going on, but that's what I ask everybody. And then I don't stop when they say yes or no. I just write it down and I move on to my next question, which is, what can I get you tonight? Is there any questions that I can answer for you? Or you can say, you know, what can I get you tonight to get Susie her 10% free product? I'd love to answer whatever questions you want. And I go into their order. I do a complete order form. I don't care if I waste an order form, guys. What do they say? Don't trip over Benjamins chasing pennies or whatever it is, like, or don't trip over pennies chasing, whatever it is. Don't worry about the order form. Write it down, okay? Because if she ends up not joining your team, at least you know what she wants. If she ends up booking a party, but she couldn't get everything tonight, at least you know what she wants. You can always go revisit it at the end, but I never pressure people. It's super important that I just ask everybody. Obviously, I have diarrhea of the mouth. I had to figure out a way to ask the 3 questions before I went on a tangent, or I lost the confidence to ask the 3 questions. So I write it. You can go on the coo.pureromance.com, the coo, and Consultant Online Office. You can literally print out my 3 questions that are there. You can post it in your ordering room in a like a frame. Mine is on a chalkboard in my van. I ask those 3 questions at the bottom. It says it used to say, if I don't ask these 3 questions, I would give you an executive for free. That's what it used to say, because I was not going to not ask these people the 3 questions. And I never, ever had to give away an executive for free. But now it says, if I don't ask you these 3 questions, I will give you a toy for free. I still am accountable for it. I still mess up, and I don't want to mess up. I don't want to miss one person. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to wake up the next morning regretting that I missed the person, the one lady that I was rushing, or there was a line, or, she was rushing me. No. This is my world. You live in it, okay? You're coming into my ordering room. I'm going to control it. And I believe in being super personable, and I understand in quick and efficiency, but these 3 questions, if I don't ask you, I'm going to regret them. I don't ever want to regret anything in life. So we're going to ask these 3 questions, and we're going to move on. And then we get you whatever you want. It's going to be awesome. And if you say no, totally cool. It's totally cool. If you say yes, but you can only afford a body do, I will probably book a party with you. And then we're going to figure out a way to get you in this business. Because if you want it that bad, we're going to figure it out. That's why they call me the Oprah of Pure Romance. So, great question, Heather. Any other question out there, guys?
Okay. Question.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take Jessica first, if that's okay, because I saw her unmute. Go ahead, Jess.
You live in Maryland, right?
I live in Maryland, the state of Maryland.
Okay. Are you open to shadowing opportunities?
Always. People shadow with me all the time. How I prefer to shadow is you call me the day that you can shadow me, and I'll let you know if I have a party or not. Because 9 out of 10 times I do. I've had so many people schedule with me, and only 2 have ever come. 2. Do you see that? 2. I've had hundreds of women schedule with me. 2 have ever come. 1 came all the way from Philadelphia, which was awesome. And that was Hannah, if you guys know Hannah. And I had 1 that came locally. She stalked me every day. And the day I had a party, she was like, I'm here. Because it's really important that you're not stressed out before you go to a party. And if I have to worry about people not showing up and being accountable, it's going to actually come off on me and on to my clientele. So if you can come, you're coming with me. And that's how we do it. You're either going to meet me there or ride with me.
I'm sorry?
You're going to either meet me there or ride with me.
Okay, we live in Pennsylvania, so it's kind of hard to do the day of. Could we, get a schedule of your things and,
Why is that hard? I just want to ask, why is that hard? You call me tomorrow morning and you tell me whether you are available to come with me, and then you're going to come with me, right? Because kids, things change, husbands, things. I'm being real here. I'm being real life. You can come anytime you want with me. My door is open. My address is 14416 Stoudemire Road. Okay, Smithsburg, Maryland. You can come here any day you want, and it's really important that you respect the fact that I've had so many people that I sweat over, are you going to get here? And all of a sudden, 5 minutes before, I waited 35 minutes and they didn't come. And then I'm like, oh man, total hurt feelers. But in real life, if you want to come with me, you're going to come with me. And if I want to go with you, I'm going to make it happen. And that's the truth, Jess. And I believe in it.
I have one more question.
Absolutely.
Would you marry me?
Billy Neal would be so angry. He'd be like, wait, where's my wife?
No, I seriously have woman would for you.
I love it. Well, Jess, if you want to make it happen, just come on down and I'll take you to a party. And also, I have open meetings. My meetings are open. So just private message me. I'll get you any detail you want. Everybody that comes, I have women from Later's babies that come to my meeting. I have divas that come to my meeting. I've got Jazzy Gems coming to my meeting. I got it's cool. And I think what happens is so many people get caught up in all the little stuff, and they don't look at the big picture. So anybody can come to my meeting. It's a matter of fact if you're going to show up. You know what I mean? Like, you can say all day you're coming to my meeting, and you just got to get up and show up. You know, that's it. I'd rather you let me know an hour before that you're coming, and I'll pull up a chair for you, than you say you were coming for 3 weeks and then you never show up. You know, and I really do believe in party karma. I'm a strong believer in meeting karma. I'm a strong believer in party karma. I believe in your word, and that's how I am. And I think everybody should, because if you can only cry wolf so many times. And I really believe that. So make sure you prove yourself. Like I said, your reputation is the only thing you have in this business. Make sure you keep it where you want it and where you want people to know you. All right, Cal, what's yours? I love your name, by the way.
I know, I love your name too. So the question I had for you, I have a hard time booking parties, and I wanted to know what a better technique would be. Like, I'm good with walking up to someone and starting a conversation. I got that part down. But then sometimes they're like, oh, well, what is pure romance? And you can tell that they're in a hurry, so how do you break it down real quick?
Okay, I got it for you. Ready? Okay. So this is what I believe in. I don't think everything's always going to happen at the first moment. I believe in breaking the ice, and I believe in private messaging people or friending them on Facebook when you first encounter. Sometimes it is that quick, like, elevator transaction. It is like right there, or the kids drop it off to school. You see them for 35 seconds. Kelly, right now, will you do me a favor right now? I'm serious, right now. Where's your phone? Pick it up. Yep. Okay. I need you to do me a favor. Go to Facebook real quick. I need you to do me a favor. And I need you to actually do it in real life. Okay? I need you to go to Kelly Ellis-Neal. Do you need me to spell it? Same way you spell your name. Kelly. And you're going to show it to me. I want to see it. Ellis-Neal. Let me see. All right, I'm just making sure it's really me because I have 2 accounts. Perfect. I need you to hit that message box real quick and say, it's me. That's it. That's all I need you to say. It's me, and then send it to me really quickly. Can you do that for me? Yeah, it's me. Okay, show me that you sent it. It's sent. Okay. All right. And Kelly, you never met me before, right?
Right.
Okay, now we have a path of communication. You and I are going to know each other the rest of our lives. Do you believe that?
That's right.
That's it.
I do.
That's
it.
it.
I keep in touch with you.
Yeah, and you're going to. And then maybe because you initiated talking to me. Now, if somebody's hesitant, that's the route I would go. And ready? Here's the next. Kelly, can you friend me real quick? Can you click the friend button real quick? Friend me. Go ahead, do it real quick while we're on camera. Yep. And that's what I do to people. Like, I'm like, just go ahead and do it. Like, what's the worst that happens? If she says no and fakes it, okay, whatever. She sent me a message. Okay, good. You friended me. Great. I'll make sure I accept that when I get home, and I'll send you a little information. That's what everybody should be doing. Is that good, Cal?
Yes, thank you. That's really helpful.
Just, you guys, simplify it. Keep it simple. Like, you're so worried. Now, I have to tell you, if you're having a really good conversation at a bar, you better, Kelly, what is your first available night right now in the next 10 seconds that you can have a party with me right now?
Tomorrow.
Okay, what time?
Anytime. However, I don't have transportation until May 3rd.
Okay, so you cannot have a party with me, but your first available party you can have is May 3rd at 7 p.m. Would you be interested in booking a party on May 3rd at 7 p.m. with me?
Yeah.
Perfect. I need you right now to write down your address and blah, 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 whatever, or you can go right into Facebook and say, right now, send me your address on Facebook. The best thing to do is private message on Facebook, because then you can have a link of communication. You can see whether it's been read. You can see if they've seen it. You can see if they're like blocked you, like whatever. Like, at least you know, right? Like, at least you're not like wondering.
It's called bad sneaky ninja skills.
Yeah, I know. Thank God somebody taught me how to do that. Okay, so we've got 2 more minutes, I think, and that's an hour. Is that good for you guys? Is there one more question? Give me another question. I'll answer it.
I have one.
All right, what's up, the Helm family?
So we were talking, or the question that I posted on the Facebook page was how to kind of re-talk to people that I've known, past customers from like 3-4 years ago.
Okay,
What's the conversation? That's what I'm struggling with.
Okay, so we did already visit that. Were you in the beginning of this? I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So listen, what I'm going to say is you're going to be really honest. You're going to pick up the phone, you're going to call them, you're going to let them know, like, sorry I flaked out 3 years ago, but I'm taking this really serious. I'd love to hook you up with $100 in product to get you back going. When can we get you on the, like, bribe them, bribery. That's it, bribery, guys, like, because it's worth it, right? It's worth getting them in front of you and just say, you know, if we can get 8 girls together, I'll hook you up with a great, you know, shopping spree. We got this new awesome, you know, collection out. I'd love to take care of you. Maybe I can get you something free, like whatever you want to do. Free bribery, Heather Pill says all the time, bribery is good. People bribe you to go to work every day. How much money do I need to pay you per hour for you to sit at work all day and do what you don't love? Okay, bribery is not a bad thing. It's part of life. It's like, if I can hook you up, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to do the best I can, you know? And if nobody shows up, I'm still going to go there and I'm going to rekindle my relationship. I'm going to show her what I'm doing now, and she'll probably end up signing up underneath me. Right? So I want you to just kind of look at it differently. Don't feel bad about your past mistakes. Just make up for them. And if they don't want to do any business with you anymore, then okay, like, at least you tried. At least you're honest. Honesty is so important, you guys, in this business. People know if you are not being honest. People know if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, just be like, hey, this is awesome. Like, let's have some fun. Like, you don't need to be perfect. Just be honest and happy. Okay, guys, listen, I love you guys. I love G-Unit. I love the Grandma. I love Stacy. I am so blessed to have you guys in my life. I am so excited I got to do this. And I wish you and the team the best of luck. If you guys need me, feel free to always private message me if you need anything. Like I said, if I don't get back to you in 24 hours, re-message me again, let it pop up to the top. I could have been like at the doctor's with my son and a couple things got in the way. I'm obviously blonde. I can't remember anything. So just do the best you can. Keep in touch with me. If you need anything, let me know. If you want to shadow me, hit me up that morning, 9 a.m. You know what your schedule is at 9 a.m. that morning. I know what mine is. If we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen for you guys. And I just wish you guys the best. And I hope you guys have a super successful year. And I love you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Do you want me to end the meeting now? Or...
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and end the meeting for me, Jess, and call me anytime, okay?
All right.
Do you need my phone number? Write it down. You know my phone number?
No, I don't.
Okay, write it down if you need me.
All right, I'm ready.
240-8.
240?
Yep, 240-818-3947. Call me anytime you guys need me. Hey, what's up, buddy?
No.
Thanks so much for running this tonight. I greatly appreciate you, Jess.
No problem.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. Well, that was awesome. I love it. So what did you guys think? I couldn't see this far away of like what you guys were doing over here, but looks good. If I'm ever in your area, believe me, I'm shadowing you. I love you, Shirley from Florida. Don't forget I do parties in Florida too. I thank you guys so much for being with me live tonight. And oh, hi mom. Look, mom's shouting out I have a home in Florida. I love you, mom. Hi mom. I hope that was good. You guys, you know what I know about this business? Sometimes it takes tough love, you know, honesty, dedication, hard work. Nothing comes for free. You can have anything you ever could imagine as long as you work for it, you stay consistent, and truly just share the love. Like, share it. Like, there's nothing wrong, and everything we do is be super proud of what you do every day and know that it makes a difference. And I literally, my office is over here. I literally could show you like hundreds of thank you cards. You know, it's know that you are who you are. You make a difference. You can live your life to the fullest. You can change your family's financial freedom. You can do anything you want. Anything you want. Just make sure you work hard. Make sure you get up every morning. Just get up. tomorrow's the first day of the rest of your life. And that's what's so freaking important, that you realize that today isn't the last. And if it is, then just make sure you did a really good job all the days coming up to it. Leave your legacy, leave your family's legacy, and I love you guys. Have a great night. I'm going to go upstairs because William Patrick Neal doesn't have school tomorrow, so we're going to do party, and we're going to go and have breakfast at Dunkin' Donuts and hopefully get to see Marcy Brown. I hope she's working tomorrow. But I love you guys, and if you need anything, let me know. Feel free to post below. I love to know where everybody's from. That's like my favorite thing to see, like who's on and who got to see everything tonight. And again, I just want to let Stacey Berkheimer know how, Stacey Ray Berkheimer, if you don't know her, please say a prayer for her. Her mother did pass, and I just want you to know how important the sisterhood is and how blessed I am to have her in our life, and my team's life. And I hope that I could do anything to help her out. And she knows I love her dearly. She's a wonderful woman and would do anything for anybody. So just want everybody to do a little prayer tonight, whatever your God is and whoever you believe in, just pray for her to have peace and sleep well, Stacey, and God bless.